It's your girl, Stacey Williams with Listen, Talk to Me. I want to tell you about this great app called Anchor. If you are in the market for a creative way to get your voice heard, to share the wealth of knowledge that you have experienced in your lifetime, well, I would tell you to start your very own podcast. Why not? You too have something to contribute in this lifetime. Why don't you do it with using Anchor? It's the easiest way to make your podcast. Let me explain. Very important. First and foremost, it's free. Yes, y'all, it is free. It's not going to cost you a dime. And you don't even have to worry about where am I going to get the equipment in order to start my podcast. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit right here on Anchor, your very own podcast, right from your phone or computer in your very own home. It doesn't get any better than this, you guys. You don't even have to worry about how to reach your own listening audience because Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on the most popular platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can be making money from your very own podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. The only thing that you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM to get started. Why not get started right now? Go ahead. I'll be listening. Hey, Brianna.
Hey, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good.
Listen, I want you to introduce yourself to the listeners today.
All right, cool. No problem. So first off, thank you for having me here today. This is awesome.
No problem.
Really excited about talking to the people. So I'm Brianna. A lot of people that may not know me, quick way to introduce myself is I am a health and nutrition coach, also a fitness instructor, and just recently became a fitness trainer. So those are the three bases of what I do. I like to help people become holistically. Yeah. So it doesn't just I don't just look at the physical. I look at the whole person in general and just try to help them become their very best self. So that's what I do. It's what I love to do. It started with me just trying to improve my own health and something that just kind of took off, and I'm really thankful for it. So I guess that's me in a nutshell.
That's the intro, people, right there. So if you aren't understanding the topic that we are going to be talking about today, it is basically the topic of health. Specifically, maybe more geared around exercising, but overall, we're going to talk about health today on this podcast. Again, like she said, her name is Brianna, and her Instagram, because y'all need to connect. This woman is on the move, and she invites you through various ways to join her in that movement. Her Instagram is She's Naturally Bri. That's SheSnaturallyBri. There are no spaces. There are no punctuations, anything like that. It is just She's Naturally Bri, all one word. If you would like to get more information, I would encourage you to go to her website. That's www.shesnaturallybri.com. Because this sister's going to talk to you about the body butters that she makes. Yes, she's an entrepreneur. This girl is not only moving her body, but she's moving the creativity within herself to create some things that, come on, y'all, we need body butter. It's all natural. She's not using chemicals. Right. She's not using things that will hurt our beautiful skin that God has given us. So she has tapped in many ways due to her own life experiences on how to help not only herself, but all of us too. Yes. So I want to encourage you to, again, stay connected, because The body butters are back in stock this October, and she sells them through April. So we're looking at 2020 to 2021. Y'all better get this stuff before it sells out.
For real.
Because it's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. Are you still doing deodorant too, or is it just body butters?
Right now, it's just body butters and body oils.
All right. So she's locking in on her 2 things that she's concentrating on. And let me tell you, you will be blessed by it. So don't just support because it's a Black-owned business, but support because we're talking about quality business. What she makes is good quality, y'all. It's going to make a difference. She's not just whipping this stuff up to make a buck. She is whipping this stuff up because she's putting it on her own body, and she has gotten the results that she needs. And again, she's blessing somebody else. Come on. Yeah. So if y'all also want to book her to teach some classes or book her for health and nutrition coaching, personal fitness training, pop-up shops for that body butter we were just talking about, and oils, or to host a HIIT. What does the HIIT stand for?
So the HIIT is high intensity interval training.
Oh man, see, that just sounds real complex, and just that I'm not going to act like I know what HIIT means. I'm going to ask her, what's the acronym, HIIT? So y'all got it. If you want to book her for a dance class or a Pilates class, I'm telling you, She's Naturally Bree is your girl. But the way to book her would be her email, which is hello@shesnaturallybree.com. Awesome. All right. So now that we've gotten some of your contact information out the way, and I'm sure on the website you will find her booking link, but just in case you do not, and you just want to go directly in because you're already like, I need to connect, that booking link is https://www.shesnaturallybree.com/booking. Not with an S, just booking. BOOKING. You will find her. She will help you.
All right, sis. All right. Thank you.
We plugging you in, girl.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. They can find you. All right. And I'm so glad that, again, her journey has not only inspired me, but it motivates me to, again, do what I need to do. And so we're going to start off with what Brianna herself kind of touched on in her intro, where she was talking about her own personal journey. When Brianna was living in the state of New Jersey, she was experiencing some back issues. Now, Brianna, why don't you talk of the back issues? Did they start in New Jersey, or did it begin way before all that?
No. So I used to be really limber. I used to do cheerleading and gymnastics when I was younger, and I was in elementary school. It started when I was working, because I've always been a nursing assistant. Gotcha. Straight out of high school. And so I was working. It's crazy when I think about it. I was working 2 jobs and in school. So wow. I was on the move then in Jersey. But I was a nursing assistant, and we didn't have a lot of staff. And so you had to get a lot of people ready. And proper body mechanics is so important. Yes. But when you're trying to get like 10 people up for breakfast at a time, sometimes you're not always doing the things that you should. And so I went to go maneuver a person to kind of flip them over, and I ended up hurting something in my lower back, which then caused major spasms. Later found out that it was just I guess you call it like a misalignment. Right. I had to go see a chiropractor, and I had to strengthen all the surrounding muscles around that area. And it took some time. It took years, at least 2 years, to kind of get my back to a place where it was strong again. Wow. So yeah, it started there. Definitely in Jersey while I was at work.
So this is what inspires me though, Brianna, because for you, and y'all got to understand, like her back spasms that she's talking about, they were serious to the point where she would have to go to urgent care. Yeah. She would have to go to the emergency room. Like we're not talking about just put some icy hot on it, just lay down for a couple of hours. No, like she was in great great pain.
Yeah.
And so what inspires me, Brianna, is that on your account, I'm seeing you do crunches. I'm seeing you do leg lifts. Like, I'm seeing you do things where I get scared to do my own self because of my back issue.
Yeah.
But yet you're encouraging me to strengthen my core.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's what needs to be done for someone that's out there that's like, I would love to move more, but maybe because of my journey in my own back pain or back issues, I really don't venture out to do too much movement.
Yeah.
Would you say that strengthening your core is the answer or a part of the puzzle?
I definitely think it's a huge part of the puzzle.
Got you.
One thing I would encourage anybody to do is go to a doctor, and you definitely want to get an X-ray or an MRI.
Gotcha.
You want to find out where you are physically and what your body's looking like, because then that'll help you, because maybe you're feeling the pain in your lower back, but it could be from the hamstrings being too tight. You could have pulled something in your quad, and now you're trying to compensate in certain areas. And so your body is, I mean, the way God designed our body, it tells you what's wrong. But sometimes because we don't really know much about how the body works, we don't really know how to take care of it. So definitely want to go get a MRI or an X-ray or something. That'll give you a baseline to kind of figure out what you need to do next.
I agree with you, Brianna. And for, again, a listener that is out there, like, I would love to do all these things, but maybe I don't have insurance. I don't have the resources. I want to encourage you to invest in yourself. Your alignment of your spine is connected to your whole body. There are nerves running through your spine that go as far as your feet. Like, everything can run past and through your spine and somehow cause and trigger some type of pain if it is not addressed. So again, I want to encourage you, the way that we invest in our future by going to college, your spine, your feet are worth the investment.
It's true.
Meaning, like, invest in good sneakers. Don't just buy the stylish sneaker that's in right now. I believe when Uggs first came out, people still today, including myself, still wear Uggs, but they tried to warn us that Uggs are not made for support. It's a flat boot. Yes, fully insulated, warm, everything that I desire, but it does not include the support that your spine and body need. And so what you want to do is get a bigger size of an UGG boot so that you can put your supportive mechanism within that shoe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't have to give up that fashionable shoe, but yet you're not wearing them in vain. And again, you're doing what is smart and wise to help your body. But it's the same thing with what Brianna's saying. See a doctor first and foremost. It is very important, because you don't want to treat something incorrectly to cause more of an issue. She's, again, our model of success in this situation, because, like, when you look at the videos that she's posting, you would be like, she's healed. So Brianna, do you experience any more back pain, or are you good?
No. So what I feel more so is like an area of like discomfort, but it's not because of the spasm. It's just because my glute muscles and my core have to be stronger. And I think that, I mean, and that's with all of us, you know, if you really want to have a strong back, you want to strengthen your core. I mean, and that's pretty deep. We ain't gonna go there today, but I mean, if you want to, if you want to strengthen your back, you got to strengthen the core, because those muscles help everything else.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Now, I'm going to have a segment where you're able to just talk about what's on your mind when it comes to your career and profession. But there's some questions that I wanted to get your input on and your take on it. So for that person that's listening to this podcast today, what would you say to this person who is gaining an unhealthy weight because COVID kind of threw a spiral downward spin on a lot of people because you had nothing else to do but stay in and raid the fridge?